Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Well, hello there, my beautiful Pisces. I hope you're all doing mighty fine. Thank you for all the beautiful likes, the comments, the shares, the subscriptions, the donations to my channel. It is greatly appreciated and well received, more than you will ever know. So, my beautiful Pisces, before we get into the reading, as usual, I'm going to put down a good old-fashioned holy water. And it's going nuts. She's nipped out of her mind. The other cat's been nipped out, but they're all passed out. And she's awake. She's usually sleeping. I don't know what she's doing. So, you know what time it is. Tarot's Down Session. Most Honorable Judge T.T. Don presiding. You can all keep eating your country fried steak, mashed potatoes and gravy, and green beans, or corn preferably, or broccoli even. That's even better. On the left-hand side, I'm going to be using the Italist, the Omnito Tarot. We're going to see how your person sees you. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to be using the Light Seers Tarot. And we're going to see how your person feels about you. And then down the center, we will see their next potential actions towards you. So, the person that my beautiful Pisces is here for, how does this person see in Pisces? How do they see you? How do they see you? How does this person see Pisces? All right. All right, I need to get a protection stone here. It's nothing too bad, but I can just never be too sure. Okay, they're seeing you here as the Page of Wands. So this is like you. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Spoke too soon. Oh, boy, Pisces. Okay. This is very interesting. So they see you as someone who's vibrant, independent, grounded, but also someone who challenges them, or like stirs up inner conflict in them some way. So you're very exciting. You're like full of new energy. So you bring like a spark, you bring curiosity, and maybe even a youthful passion into their life. You might come across as creative or adventurous, but it's at the end of the day, you go after what it is that you want. So there's some tension, there's some competition. They could probably see you as someone that's not afraid to, challenge them, someone who creates this push and pull dynamic. So maybe they feel a mix of attraction and friction. You might trigger growth or frustration in this person because of how strong or expressive your energy is. So, but they see you as being reliable, nurturing, and stable. So you're someone who has their life together. Okay, so they likely respect your sense of self-worth and independence, even if it probably intimidates the shit out of this person at times. So, yeah, they see you as fiery, nurturing, exciting. So, yeah. But this whole situation has caused some inner conflict. So they may not know how to handle the intensity or the balance between wanting to chase you and wanting to feel in control. So let's dive into this. 9 of Cups for how they see you. 9 of Cups for how they see you. 9 of Cups. Cards are on the floor. So I feel like you awaken. Watch out, Kitty Boom. What are you doing? She's crazy. That was not spirit. That was my cat's tail. Cat tail. Pooty tail. Kitty Boom Boom. So they see you as someone who kind of awakens desire and transformation within them. So you challenge this person emotionally, and I feel like you're pushing this person to grow or make choices about what they truly want. So they view you as someone who's fulfilling, magnetic, emotionally desirable. You're kind of like the wish come true energy. You're confident, you're radiant, and you're capable of bringing this person happiness. So you stand out as someone who doesn't need validation from this person or from others because you already know your worth. So they see you as someone who's at a crossroads, or you're focused on bigger things. So you might seem like you're planning your future. They see you that way, but you might be too, and you're expanding your world. So like you're not waiting for anyone to catch up, okay? So they could also feel that being with you would require making like real decisions and probably stepping out of their comfort zone. So they sense that you've changed, and it's like you bring endings and new beginnings wherever you go. So you kind of represent evolution. So it's like they can't go back to how things were after connecting with you. So you might have outgrown the old dynamic, okay, between you both. And so they feel that shift on a deep level. So yeah, you're fiery, you're passionate, you're grounded, you're expansive. So basically you've grown, you've evolved, and maybe even done this beyond them in some way. But you've got this blend of warmth and confidence and the purpose that both inspires and intimidates them. So you kind of represent something that they want, but they know that they also know it might change their life if they truly pursued it. So 7 of Cups, this is like, oh, you got a lot of possibilities, doors opening here. Oh, could be slight confusion too. Okay. You guys hear my cat snoring? Louis snoring. He's tired. He's like, I was always tired, mamas. Okay. So, I feel like this person is confused and they're overwhelmed by their feelings. So it's like you stir up a lot of emotion and imagination and fantasy energy. They are probably unsure what's real versus what they wish could happen. So you live in this person's head basically rent-free. So they probably idealize you or daydream about a different, like, what-if kind of scenario. So deep down, they see you as someone who stands for value, okay, and depth. Someone who can't be approached casually. I feel like they're trying to make sense of what's the right thing to do when it comes to you. So they might feel like you require a serious, respectful, committed approach. So this is like no half measure, like no games. And whoever this is definitely watching you, curious, confused, analyzing. They could be watching your social media, but they're trying to figure out, they're not sure how to really approach the situation, but they're gathering information. It's like mentally circling the situation, trying to understand how you think and what you really want. So yeah, you're the real deal. So you've got depth, you've got class, and you got inner strength, but you also confuse and intrigue this person. So they likely watch you quietly, all right? But they're trying to figure out whether they could live up to what they think you deserve here, okay? So how does this person feel about you? How do they feel? How do they feel about you? Okay, we've got one Hierophant. So how do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? Oh, boy. Wow. All right, let's talk to the Hierophant for how they feel about you. Top to bottom, how do they feel about Pisces here under the Hierophant energy? Thank you. Ouch. Damn, that hurt. Sorry. I didn't mean to scream in your ear. Even though I didn't scream in your ear, but felt like it because it hurt. So I feel like this person's feeling this spiritual, moral pull towards you. Like there's meaning in this connection. So you represent something sacred. But it's meant to teach them something. So you kind of like, they kind of feel like you've guided or awakened something inside of them, consciously or subconsciously. But, you know, with the Tower, it kind of shakes everything up. Whatever this is, these feelings are hitting them hard. Or the connection to you blew old beliefs or their defenses that they've had. So you may have challenged their comfort zone or shattered their illusions here about the way they were living. So it's a life before and after you kind of feeling. So they can't see the same way now. It's kind of exciting, but it's also terrifying for this person on an emotional level. So they feel stuck, they feel withdrawn, they feel emotionally numb as a result of how powerful these feelings are. So they may be in kind of an emotional shutdown, not because they don't care, but because they're kind of like overwhelmed and they don't know what to do with everything that they're feeling. So there's deep longing, there's a regret. They could be afraid to reach out if they haven't reached out, or maybe face what's been stirred up here. So they have really complex feelings for you, but it's confusing and it's like destabilizing for this person. So they're drawn to you, your soul. You've rocked their core, but at the end of the day, they feel like you changed them and maybe even woke them up, but they're struggling to process this. So there's a mix of like awe, guilt, fear, and desire. It's like you've shaken their beliefs about love, control, or what they thought they wanted. So now they sit in that Four of Cups space thinking, you know, and like missing, but like hesitating. So let's talk to that Seven of... Oh, what am I grabbing the wrong deck? Let's talk to the Seven of Pentacles here for how they feel about you. Seven of Pentacles for how they feel about you. Seven of Pentacles for how they feel about you. Seven of Pentacles for how they feel about you. All right. Where'd you go? There you are. Jeez. Good Lord, Pisces. So at the end of the day, they've been reflecting about you. Wondering if they invested was enough or it's too late. So this is someone looking back at the situation, trying to decide whether it's worth waiting, fixing, or pursuing. So they feel this unfinished business between the two of you. So there's emotional indecision here with the Two of Swords and avoidance. So they feel stuck and they're torn between their heart and their head. So they don't know what choice to make, so they don't do jack shit. So it's like they've mentally frozen and they're afraid that either option could hurt. So reaching out or letting go. So the emotional truth is they're anxious, guilty, they're overthinking everything about you. You know, you weigh heavily on their mind. There's regret, there's fear of losing you, shame. They replay these conversations or the moments in their head, often very much late at night when they're sitting by themselves and no one else is around them. That's when people do the most thinking. So they feel like they've screwed everything up or possibly even missed their chance. So, yeah, there's a deep, conflicted, and like emotionally exhausting energy that I'm like picking up. So they've basically messed something up, or they're losing someone that they care about deeply. I don't know which one. So they think about you often, but every time they do, it stirs up stress, longing, the what ifs. So there's love and attraction underneath, but it's tangled with, you know, anxiety and indecision. So you're the person that they can't quite let go of, but also can't figure out how to make things right with you. Oh boy, let's talk to that Two of Cups for how they feel about you. Oh boy. Two of Cups for how they feel. Okay. Oh, that card flew all the way over there. Hopefully my back scratcher will, okay, it will get it. Oh, Jesus, that thing flew all the way over there. All right. Whew, okay, workout back here. So Pisces, they do care deeply. So there's an emotional connection, there's attraction, they have affection here. They see you as someone who mirrors them in some ways, someone they bonded with on a soul level. Even if things are complicated or strained right now, the connection they feel for you hasn't just gone away. You know, they're defensive though, and they're emotional, and they're in this self-protection energy here. So they feel that connection, but they're guarding their heart. It's like they want to stand their ground and maintain control. They feel vulnerable with you. Okay, you've touched something deep in them and it scares the shit out of this person. So they put up a wall and they resist showing how much they really freaking feel about you. So they're probably pulling back. They're thinking, trying to find peace. This is somebody that's basically emotionally tired. They've been through a lot internally here, which we know because we've got the Tower, the Nine of Swords, the Two of Swords, all this shit. So now they're retreating to catch their breath. This isn't indifference, it's emotional exhaustion. So they're trying to heal or sort out their feelings in solitude. Wow. This is a full emotional journey that is on my table. Boy, Pisces. So, at the end of the day, you know, they feel you're someone important. You're rare. You're impactful. They still have love for you. Okay? Or at the very least, a powerful emotional bond, but they're drained by the intensity of all of it. So after everything's happened here, they're trying to stabilize their emotions and find clarity. Okay? Before doing anything else. So they might be keeping their distance right now. Not because they don't care, but because they care too much and they don't know how to handle the depth of their feelings without losing control. Shit. June, what do you think? She was like, that's pretty heavy. I know, right, Junie? Right, Junie? You get your little white spot. Louie's like, he was like, my eyes, my paws are over my eyes. Next actions towards you. Next actions towards you. Next actions towards Pisces, please. All right. Next actions towards Pisces. Next actions towards Pisces. Okay. Whew. Damn. That's Kitty Boom Boom. She's going nuts in the other room. This is powerful. So there's finally movement after all this. Jesus. So they're at a crossroads emotionally and energetically. And it's about you. So they'll be feeling the pull to make a real choice between staying guarded and following their heart. So they can't sit on the fence much longer. This is the moment where they decide whether to act on what they feel. So it's also about authentic connection. So they want something genuine here and not half-hearted. So there's movement. There's motion here after all the confusion. So it's determination. It's movement towards a goal. And this suggests they're going to move towards you in some way. They might not know exactly what the destination looks like, but they feel compelled to take some kind of step to regain control or make progress. So it shows them wanting to prove themselves or show strength after probably some silence and some distance here. So there's a need to bring reciprocity and to make things right. So they may want to reestablish an equal exchange, okay? Give where they didn't give before, or show more appreciation and effort. So it's about restoring balance, basically, at the end of the day. So after all the reflection, after all the guilt, the emotional chaos, you know, they're ready to take some kind of action. Cautiously, but intentionally. So they're preparing to act on their feelings rather than just set on them. Because you represent a real emotional choice with the Lovers. So they're getting their courage here and their direction with the Chariot. And they'll likely try to approach you with more fairness, okay? Or care this time with the Six of Pentacles. So it's kind of movement born out of realization, okay? So they don't want to lose what they feel with you. And they know the only way to find out where things can go with you is to really just give this a try. Man. Wow. I'm going to leave this here. If this was helpful or if it was resonating, you can like, share, comment, subscribe, and I hope I'll see you later. Tarot's adjourned.